Hi everyone, I'm James Binger. I'm really honored and happy to be back here reading for the poetry fair. It's been a couple years since I've done it. For a lot, like with a lot of people, life kind of gets in the way, and unfortunately, I couldn't be part of the Zoom meeting today, so I was able to record this, and I appreciate everyone letting me do that. And since I couldn't make it for the actual date, um, I'm just gonna read three poems very quickly, and then I'll get out of your hair. I just recently did this book with Sarah Worrell called Misfits in the Front Row. And I'm going to read a couple poems from that. It's a book back and forth between mine and Sarah's school experiences, and so I'll just get right to it and read the first one. This first one's called Society. Um, Here we go. Somewhere between the health class video where that one girl vomited at the sight of afterbirth and that long, long speech from the vice principal about the evils of drugs, which he shot at us with his 2 packs a day breath and all those empties rolling around the bed of his truck. Somewhere between those, they had someone claiming to be a financial expert. I'm not convinced she wasn't a rookie bank teller. Come in and talk on the importance of balancing one's checkbook daily to make sure to get a credit card as soon as was legal, only to build credit, of course. It was an endless lecture on financial responsibility, which, if she were to be believed, was key to being a functioning part of society. Squirming in my thin wooden desk, I reflected on my parents' house, built in the 1930s, not originally equipped with a bathroom or electricity. That little green box, the banknote I would surely inherit. Thinking on that, I found society lacking. Falling off the grid never sounded more appealing, and I often fantasized about a life out in the woods, just me and nature. Seemed to me all society ever gave anyone was a 2 pack a day habit and a truck bed full of empties and some bloody jelly on the floor. So there's that one. It's a nice bright one. Um, so here's another one that's a little dark from this book. It's called Angels and Shotguns. Old Jacobson, with his thick, vaguely Eastern European accent, got on the intercom before the usual leading of the Pledge of Allegiance, and he hitchingly read some poem about angels and better places. Old Widow Harrow was up by the board, by the flag, ready for what was next, but she had a tear in her eye, barely concealed sniffles. Turns out that boy 1 grade up, the kid I sometimes raced at recess, batted kickballs around, he had an older brother who had a birthday, and birthday boy's grandpappy got him his own shotgun. Now that boy 1 grade up from me, he wouldn't be going to school or anywhere else. The lunchroom served room temperature pizza that day, and I couldn't understand why we bothered with any of it. So there's that one, from a book called Misfits in the Front Row that I wrote with Sarah Worrell. Um, I'll do one more really quickly. Last year I had this book called From the Back come out. It's all about the people who mill about in a dive bar somewhere. Um, so since those last two were dark, this is kind of one of the few lighter ones from this book, so I thought I'd end with it. It's called Flowering. She sits with her sketch pad, corner booth, little light, Shouts and strobes will not disrupt her art. Dribbles of gin on the coaster under the mostly untouched glass. Her pencils fly with a weightlessness unknown and forever unnoticed by the regulars who mill about. The crack of another ball on its way to the pocket, another line in her masterpiece. I wonder why she comes here to this chaotic maelstrom of malicious uncreativity. And then I look to my own paper and my own pen. She flies on the current of her pencil. In a knifed up booth, in a rundown bar, something beautiful is born. All right. That's it for me. I really appreciate everyone letting me do this, send in a recording. I know it's going to be a great event, and I wish I could be there. Thanks again. I'll see you all soon.